I'm with Eric Ripert, who's the chef and co-owner of the most extraordinary restaurant, Le Bernardin. You have 3 Michelin stars, you have 4 New York Times stars, and La Liste, which is the most prestigious, listed you as the best restaurant in the world. When you started out cooking in restaurants in Paris, did you ever imagine you'd have the kind of success you have today?
I never thought so. But I never really look for stars and rankings, because I always think that if we get absorbed too much into like competition and the ratings, and we get distracted. And I always say, if an actor in Hollywood, when he goes on a set and he starts to act, he's thinking about the Oscars,
no,
he will never get the Oscars. So let's focus on the food.
Good philosophy. When did you know you wanted to be a chef?
From age 5, I wanted to be cooking.
Oh, how wonderful.
I always had that very great vision of me being the chef that I am today.
Wow. And can I just take a minute and just say, and you so did it, to be #1 in the world. Your vision was realized beyond your wildest imagination.
Well, to be #1 is subjective, but I take the compliments. Thank you, Aina.
Really. So what were mealtimes like when you were growing up? I think your mother was a great cook.
She was.
Right.
My mother wanted to create an experience for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. and she was a businesswoman, so she didn't have really the time to spend hours and hours during the day. So she would wake up at 4:30, 5 a.m. and prepare the mise en place for the lunch, and the breakfast and the lunch and the dinner. I thought everybody in the world was eating like me. But Mom had a huge influence on me, because she's the one who really triggered in me that desire to create an experience, which is fine dining.
Do you think it's important to keep up with trends in food?
Yes, I don't like gimmicky.
Yeah, I hate gimmicky.
I mean, to me, trends are poisonous.
Exactly.
And you lose your soul if you're starting to follow the trends, because obviously, by definition, trends change all the time. So gimmicky, trendy, complicated, all of that,
hate it.
It's not Le Bernardin.
I think sometimes the mistakes that we make are the best teachers. Have you ever had anything go disastrously wrong in the kitchen?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I was in charge of cooking the ducks in La Tour d'Argent, which was specialized in ducks. And I had, I think, 36 ducks cooking at the same time. And then it was lunchtime for the cooks. So I went to have my lunch and I forgot the ducks. And then suddenly the chefs were screaming, it's a fire, it's a fire. And it was like huge flames coming out of the vents and dark smoke. And it was my ducks. And finally we stopped the fire and the ducks became small like that, like a piece of charcoal.
And did you get fired?
I didn't get fired. I thought I was going to be, but no, I made a mistake. That was a big mistake.
So we all have disasters in the kitchen.
Yeah, we do. But if we learn.
Yeah, you learn, yeah. You're practicing Buddhist, which I think is so interesting. Has Buddhism changed you?
It has changed my work at Le Bernardin tremendously. Not necessarily with the aspect of plating or cooking, with the human aspect. When I was a young chef, I had a temper.
Did you really?
Oh, for sure. First of all, by nature, I have a temper. Also, I was emulating some of my mentors.
Of course.
Because at the time, abuse in the kitchen and screaming was part of being in the kitchen. Yeah. And everybody was glorifying the chef that was doing it.
Oh.
So I was an angry chef. And I was miserable. My team was miserable. So one night I sat on my sofa and I was like, what's happening in my life? Why everybody's miserable and why am I? And then I was like, I know why. It's me.
Wow.
I'm an angry chef. It's not good. I have to change. So the day after I went to the Bernardin and I said, we have to change the mentality in the restaurant. And the sous chefs that I have trained were looking at me and were like, hello. But I have to tell you, today at Le Bernardin, we have a team that is very peaceful, that is not stressed. So I want to make sure that everybody who comes to Le Bernardin is happy to be at Le Bernardin. I want to make people happy. I want to share the knowledge that I have with my team. I want to have a voice for our industry. So all of that, it's part of my personality, and I can express it through Le Bernardin. I feel very lucky to live my passion and to live from my passion.
I do too.
We are lucky.
100%.
Yes.
So may I be your commis?
Oh yes, you can be my commis.
May I chop for you and prep for you?
Oh,
Will you
yes.
cook for me?
I'll cook for you. You don't even have to do anything, but I'm happy if you become my commis.
I would love it. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.